Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee and Conversation. Today we are going to be talking about accepting your lot in life. Honey, be your gratitude. That's certainly how you do it. But we're going to jump right into discussion. Come on, let's go. Alright everybody, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, look, poke around. I hope you find something here that blesses your life immensely. Something that helps you live a happier, healthier life. That's what I'm about. I hope that what you see today will be a blessing to your life, most certainly. If this is not your first time here, hey family, I hope that you had a fantastic week and that this week was awesome for you. For many of us, this week, your kids may be returning to school. For my friends that are in education, they are returning to teaching. Everybody, please be safe. You know, love you much. Know that I'm praying for you guys and sending good light and good energy and good love your way. All right, jumping right into today's discussion, this Monday morning's discussion, we're going to be talking about, now y'all, my note is on kitty paper. I don't even know if you can see the lines, but it's on kitty paper today. And the reason it's on kitty paper is because when I got this wonderful divine inspiration for today's discussion, I was in the homework room, in my kids' homework room, and they have kitty paper. And that's what I grabbed and took notes on. So we're going to be talking about gratitude, really. And really it's accepting your lot. Because I don't want to cheapen what I'm talking about by saying it's just gratitude, but gratitude is the answer to it. About a month ago, I started really working through this process of accepting my lot in life. And that comes from, there's so many different things in life that we don't directly have control over. I was born a woman. I was born a woman of color. I had no control over that. I was born in the South, in Atlanta. I didn't get a chance to pick where I wanted to live. I wasn't born on the East Coast or in the North or overseas. I was born right here in Atlanta, GA. There's so many things in life we don't get to select. We don't get to pick what has influenced us and who raised us and the things that we were taught that influence us. And even when we learn better and know better, we have habits. The mind learns by repetition. And there are things that we've been taught or that we've heard, and we think in habitual patterned ways by habit. We're habitual in our thinking. And we've talked about this before, how your thinking falls into these grooves and these ruts about things. We've talked about that before. So you have a groove in the way that you think about your life and the things that come up in your life. And I have a friend who says to me constantly, Tisa, she'll say, you have to accept your lot in life. You have to accept your lot in life. And I sat down one day to journal what do I think my lot is? This is my lot. This is my lot. And I listed all my lots, all the various things that I feel like God has given me that I consider a burden, that aren't necessarily a joy to have. And after I made out my list, I looked at each item that was on the list. And I said, well, as I looked at it, for some reason, I could clearly see how something that was a curse on one hand, that was bitter on one hand, was also a blessing on the other hand. It was also sweet on the other hand. I could see it so clearly. I could see how, and I'm going to use my job, how my job may be stressful on one hand, and I'm not in the role that I want to be in on one hand. I could also see how on the other hand, the fact that I'm in with this particular company and in the particular role that I am gives me the opportunity to be there for my children. Gives me the opportunity to be able to care for my children the way that they need. Gives me the opportunity to be able to interface with physicians easily for my son that needs a little bit more care. It gives me flexibility when I needed to care for my parents when they need it. This role gives me what I need. It's not necessarily what I want all the time, but it gives me what I need. And so then it moved me from being frustrated with momentum and where I'm at to being thankful. So the ability to accept your lot in life and what life has presented to you comes in being thankful and being able to shift your perspective from the bitter, the curse, the negative to the sweet, the blessed, and the positive. It is being able to mentally make that shift. Now here's the thing. I say that so easily. But I went on a research because y'all know I'm going to dig into it when I start to dig into it. And here's the thing. Some of us are genetically predispositioned to lack gratitude. Y'all, I'm not lying. Look it up. Look it up. I read this new study. And I shouldn't say new study, but I read a study because I didn't look at the date on it. But there was a study out, and I do a lot of study, and this particular study identified that some of us are predispositioned genetically, some based on who you were raised by. If you were raised by people that had a negative disposition, they trained that in you. They trained your brain to think glass half empty. Same glass, but you're going to see the glass, same cup. I left my coffee, Lord. It's coughing conversation. Her coffee across the room. Over there looking good. See you in a minute. Same glass, same cup. You're going to see it half full. Somebody else is going to see it half empty. But you have the ability to train your brain. That's the good news. The good news is no matter what your disposition, whether it's genetic or taught or habitual or whatever, you have the power as the adult to change that. You have the power to change how you think about things and decide to live from an advanced emotional place. To have a level of advanced emotional fortitude that some people never get to. Because I'm about that. Like, let's live at a higher advanced level emotionally. Let's get my brain there. Come on. So listen. Complaining, negativity, misfortune, a misfortunate disposition can be a habit or it can be genetic. These particular traits are thieves of thankfulness. It's hard to be thankful when you are in a place of complaining. It is hard to be thankful when you are in a place of negativity. You can't get to thankfulness. And here are some of the benefits of gratitude. It protects you from stress and depression. It leads to more fulfilling relationships. You get better sleep and you're better resilient. That's just some of the stuff. That's just some of what you get from gratitude. So here's what I want you to do today. Because I'm going to help you find your gratitude today. We're going to find it a little bit better. I don't like things that are overly long. I'm going to tell you. I don't like anything that's overly long. If it's too long, it's going to aggravate me and get on my nerves. I'm not going, like the gratitude journaling and sitting down and writing 5 things. That's just really a lot for me sometimes. I mean, I'm going to write 5 things. I got a lot to do. If that's something that you can do, I want you to do that. If you have the capacity to say, I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to journal things that I'm grateful for. Great. If you don't have that, then I want you to do this. I want you to say, today I am thankful for. And I want you to write 1 sentence. And that same study that I reviewed, it stated that you can feel a difference in how you feel about your life just from gratitude, writing a letter of gratitude, journaling, whatever. You can feel a positive difference in your life in 1 week. I want you to say, today I am thankful for. You could think of something negative. I am frustrated because the kids left the den dirty. But I am so thankful. Now you saw I look to the right, that's because my den is that way. And they left pillows and blankets all over this little nest that they made. They made it, they push the sofas together and make a nest, and then they lay in the middle of it. And it's a little, I love them though. The kids have left the den a mess, but I'm thankful that I have children that love being at home. Today, I'm thankful that my children love being at home. I'm thankful that this home is a safe space for them and that they feel comfortable to create an environment that's comfortable for them. I'm thankful for that. That's how I want you to do it. Oh, I'm frustrated because my husband came and asked me what did I want for dinner instead of him just figuring out what dinner is. I mean, he could have figured it out. Oh, but I'm so thankful that I have a spouse that considered me. I'm thankful today that I have a spouse that considered that what I may have wanted for dinner is different from what he wants for dinner, and that he is willing to get what I want for dinner. That thought about, maybe she doesn't want to cook today, so maybe she wants me to pick something up or go get something, and I'm willing to do that. I want you to do that. I want you to take time, and I want you to say, especially for those things that you feel like you want to complain about, I want you to just turn that complaint all the way around. And then I want you to drop the complaint. That's the next step. Then I want you to drop the complaint. Oh, I always got to drive to work. I'm so sick of driving to work. Oh, but I'm so thankful that I have a job that I can go to. Oh, I'm so thankful that I have a job that allows me to leave work a little bit early to combat traffic. Oh, but I'm thankful that I have a leader that understands that traffic is heavy and they're not going to ding me for being a little bit late. Oh, I'm thankful that I have a job that allows me the flexibility to get to work at a time that's comfortable for me. All of those are things you can be thankful for. I want you to train yourself right out of complaint. Train yourself right into gratitude. The mind learns by repetition. The more you do it, the more your mind learns it, and then you will begin to experience and feel and have and connect to your life in a more positive manner. All right, guys, that's all I have for you on Coffee and Conversation this week, y'all. Take the day, and I wish you the best week. I'll see you next week on Coffee and Conversation. Bye-bye.